Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sedona International Film Festival. I'm your host, Carol Kahn, and we are coming to you live from Yavapai College, the Sedona campus, and we'd like to thank our sponsors, Northern Arizona Healthcare. And joining me now are two filmmakers, Leanne and Curtis, from the film Tell Me Something. So I'm going to ask you to tell me something about the film. It's so nice to have you here, first of all.
Great to be here.
Yeah, thank you. Again, first of all, thank you for having us. We're thrilled to be here. Our film, we made it during the beginning of the pandemic, and it really was about what we were both struggling with in life, which was like how to continue, how to get on with things. When is this world going to change? Are we okay? Are we not? And it really came from feeling all alone, and how do you deal with that? And there's so much devastation and so many people that are struggling with suicide and mental health that we really wanted to touch on that because we definitely both felt that.
And the character that you played, you actually called a suicide prevention hotline.
Yeah.
And Curtis was on the other end of that.
Yeah.
Just happened to be on the other
Just
end.
happened to be there.
Yes.
And you wouldn't tell her any information about you, which is normal, I know.
And actually, Alan, my character, really does go off the playbook. He should not get as personally involved with her as he does, but he himself is lonely. And of course, part of our theme here is the best way to heal yourself is to participate in the healing of someone else. So the roles reverse. I mean, and Lydia really kind of winds up helping him get out of his depression.
I think it's like a beautiful budding friendship that starts. If the film was to continue, they would become like dear best friends over life, and so it's also about that unexpected friendship, unexpected connections when you least expect it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we do have a trailer of the film. I'd like to take a little look at it.
Sure, absolutely.
I can't live like this. I don't even know what to do anymore. I've been in here, this apartment, 33 days. Brad was my everything, and he just left me. No warning. Just out the door and gone. And now I'm completely alone. I have no one to talk to. I don't want to be alone. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of being all alone in this world forever.
Have you thought about how you would kill yourself, Lydia?
It does. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but I think it brings back everybody's emotions at the time because nobody really knew what was going on, what was happening, and there was a lot of that, right? A lot of this situation that occurred.
It was really for me, it was the scariest part of the pandemic because we didn't know how long it was going to go on, and as actors, we were, everything was dead in the water. But we were never in the same room at the same time for any of this. From the beginning discussions until we went to post-production, we were never actually.
You left two different locations, two different households.
Well, and I was going to ask you because you shot this all on iPhone, did you not?
Yes,
which I'm extremely proud of because it was that thing where we were both struggling in life, and we're friends for another acting class, and we thought let's see what we can make. Let's just stretch our muscles because we both so desperately needed that, and we wanted to touch other people, and so it was a very good reminder that when art is beautiful, you can find a way to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you really have those feelings, those emotions of suicide, or was that part of the film and the message that you wanted to deliver?
For myself personally, I didn't have suicidal feelings, but I definitely had feelings of despair and when is this going to change, and I all of a sudden I knew someone else that was going through that, so my heart went out, and I really felt like I can see how this, if I didn't have the support that I was so fortunate to have, how it could go the other way. Because I wasn't all alone, even though I did feel all alone a lot. But imagine if you really were, I keep saying the word alone, but imagine if you really were a single person living in a household all by yourself. Like, I can't imagine. And a lot of people had to go through that.
Right. Yeah.
When I've done some crisis counseling previously to this, and it's really it's a triage function. You're not there to diagnose. You're not there to heal that person. You're there to sort of hear what the issue is and then move them on to somebody more professional. So I'd been in this situation. I've talked people down from suicide before, and so when we said, well, what could we do? What could we do that's over Zoom that is going to be a compelling story, even though we can't actually sit next to each other like we are right now? And I just went back to my crisis counseling experience and said, people are feeling alone. They're feeling terrified. And we would just like to get a message out there that, this too shall pass, and write it out, and please seek help. Mm-hmm. It's not a sign of weakness.
That's the number one thing. Thank you for saying that.
To seek help. It is a sign of strength. It's a sign of your resolve to get past whatever it is that is blocking your roadway at that point.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see how many people and their experiences and peaks and valleys and, choices that people made and how they were going to react. I mean, you had people that decided they were going to quit their jobs and have completely different lives, right? Or, use the time for to be with family, or so everybody had a whole different take on how they were going to approach it. Do you feel, how has that changed you? Do you feel better? Obviously, you feel better now.
I personally do feel like it's changed me for the better as a human being. And I can't say that that's happened for, everybody, unfortunately. But that's why we wanted to share the story. I feel like for me, it made me realize how important the things that I cherish are, or how important family is. And some of the things that I used to get stressed about, I'm like, oh, well, that's no big deal. You thought everything was coming to an end. And unfortunately, even though COVID-wise things are much different now, there's still a lot of the world that, is living under these same fears that we had then, even if it's not because of COVID. So I think it's a very real, problem that, in the world that I don't think mental health is given enough attention.
Right. Yeah, I've heard a lot about that recently.
Yeah.
And, as middle-class Americans, there's a whole lot we take for granted. And all of a sudden, it can be taken away from us. It's like we really had to face the fact that some things that we have just for decades lived with could be gone. Not to mention the fact that we could die from it.
Right.
So I think we're all changed by this.
Yeah. And hopefully for the better.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, do you have a screening this evening for your film?
We do. Tonight at 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
and then Saturday at 1.
Okay, and how could people find out about your film?
Well, we have a very nice Facebook page, Tell Me Something -film, and we have Instagram. We don't have a website, but everything you need to know you can find out on Facebook.
Absolutely.
You can also follow us personally on Instagram or Facebook.
Yes.
I'm Leanne Melissa Bishop and Curtis Webster.
Right.
Yeah.
On Facebook and
Yes.
Instagram.
And Instagram. Yeah.
Okay, and don't forget to hashtag us.
Yes, we have it.
So then I don't have to tell you what the hashtag is. You already know.
And I'm so
Everybody
excited to
else.
hear. We should also give a shout out to someone that doesn't want to be on camera, our editor and producer over there, Michael Mason.
Yeah, it's funny because Mike was the DP on her end, and my wife, Kay Gustafson, was the DP on my end. It was a complete family deal,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Total
It was
family affair.
It is awesome.
Well, thank you for bringing that to the film festival, your film. I can't wait to hear the audience reaction. We have a great audience in Sedona, so they're going to have a great Q&A. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what everybody else has to say about it.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
so much.
Thank you. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook or Instagram and hashtag Sedona Film Fest 2022. We'll be back with more filmmaker interviews after this.